All right. Hello. Um, it's been quite some time since I had an update here, so it's about time. So my intention here is to say a little bit about what has been going on and what means what that means for AMAP so far and what it might mean for AMAP going ahead. For those of you who are eagerly waiting for the public release of AMAP beta, I have some very good news for you, but more on that later. First of all, I would like to look back a little bit about where we were last year before things started to move for me, before things started to uh, shift around a little bit in my schedule. The first and primary thing that happened was that we did a quite a large experiment around AMAP and how it can be used to record live musicians and taking that creative work directly from the studio while we're sitting and recording and implementing that straight into the game. It turned into a release. So it got released together with the game, which I'm very excited about. It not only was a very interesting kind of creative experiment, it also turned into something that was really useful and that made an impact with people and with people who play the game, which I find very interesting as well. Like the kind of creative work you can do when you have this access to these kind of tools. It's interesting how they will allow you to work as a creative inside of a game development process. Uh, I want to give you a comprehensive view inside of that process. I'm looking to write an article. I'm looking to summarize my thoughts about what that meant, that kind of method, and working in the studio environment with an application like this, and how AMAP allowed us to create in a completely different way from what would have been possible if we didn't have that capability of working with our music as if we were already doing it inside of the game. And that was just before summer last year. And what happened was that I got in a bit of a rut. So if you're a game composer or you work creatively, you know these kind of periods, these kind of things come and go with the cycles of production and everything. So I had found myself in a bit of a low tide, so to speak. So I didn't have any jobs. I didn't have any income whatsoever, except for, of course, your great support on Patreon. And I'm really happy to see that you want to support and are you feel like this is something worth supporting. So really appreciate that. It's incredible to see that you feel this is still something that is really worth putting yourself behind. But I also know that from my supporters and from friends around the industry that it's a really tricky time right now. We are going through a lot of layoffs. It's really tough to see. Part of what's happened last year was that I had this idea that I wanted to create a sort of community get together inside of Stockholm, where we have an evening at a great venue called Game Town, where they co-host this kind of great event. And I know I've met a lot of you guys there already, so I know everybody there appreciates the atmosphere, the will, and the excitement over our craft. We're working very creatively, and we have a very, very strong sense of community and empathy towards each other. I think that's really, really something else. I think that really shows when you come to our events and meet other people there. It's a very specific kind of place to be, and you feel welcomed, which is great, is really good, especially in times like these when jobs are really tricky and when things are really, really hard for you. So, but I felt that myself. I was pretty much dead set on only working with my extra job at the time, delivering packages and doing that kind of stuff. But for like as a full-time position almost. And I'd found myself, I found myself in a position where I felt like that. I found myself in a mindset where I felt like, that's great. I can do that. I can make sure like the daily stuff, the daily logistics of things works out. And then I will put the rest of my time, I can put that on AMAPP, and I can put that on another project, a game project that I'm working on. And that happened. And then soon came the autumn. August came, and I was pretty much hit the ground running and started working on all of the different aspects that I was doing. And suddenly I got offered a contract for a project, which came, in many ways, it came as a surprise. I was not prepared or had any intent. I did not have any intent on finding this project or finding a new client or whatever you want to call it. And all of a sudden, I got offered a project and a position that sort of takes my full time. It's game audio related, and it's in no way related to AMAPP, more than it's like it overlaps with my craft. But it's really an incredible opportunity for me to have a full-time position. Excuse me. So I found myself in this position where I will be fully engaged with a game developer here, and I'm working with game audio, and while I'm doing that, I can take my free time after work to work with AMAPP, to work with my other project as well. Well, for AMAPP, that means I can work with AMAPP on the side, and will do so, and make sure to have a stable version that is always out there for you. And I'm looking to find a way to evolve the community and to grow it, so we can find other people who might feel that this is an interesting kind of way of working with game music as a game composer. So AMAPP is still out there. AMAPP is still helping game composers do its thing. AMAPP is still the idea of giving game composers the tools that we need for working inside of non-linear media. There's no tool out there that's really compared to it, as far as I can tell. And I'm really keen on making it the best that it can be. My idea is that AMAPP should be publicly available on the package manager for Reaper very soon. I can't give any promises on exactly when it comes out. My promise to you here is that AMAPP, when it is publicly available, is that it will be a stable version. It will give you a tool set of rendering and organization that does not exist elsewhere. So it already makes a big difference in my work from in the state that it is right now. And it's also a tool that helps you stay organized. It's forward compatible, it's backwards compatible. it will allow you to close a project, open it up in the future, and directly find your assets that you have been working on. My biggest challenge right now is trying to figure out how to help with onboarding. How do I use this in a way that fits my workflow? And I have some suggestions for how we work with game music. This application is not only a way to work professionally with games, but it touches a lot on working with AMAPP. Touches on a lot of the different fundamentals of what it means to be a game composer. How you work with layers, how you work with transitions, how these are then implemented inside of the game through the audio middleware. The idea is that AMAPP is the way that we are working with music inside of games, and it allows you to be creative in the musical part of it. So the technical part is handled by the integration into the audio middleware. I'm looking to write articles about that kind of process and showing how AMAPP, how it affected our creative process inside of the game, inside of the development of the music when we were in the studio. That's sort of where we're at right now. Again, I'm incredibly grateful for all of you who are still supporting AMAPP, who are sticking around, who are waiting for the next update. I could not do this without you. Most of all, I could not do this without your passion for game music, for game audio, and for seeing how things are, seeing how everything is going. It's really something extraordinary. I could not imagine this when we started out, that we would have so many people interested in this. So thank you, really. There's been so much lately. There's been so much going on, and it's been highs, and it's been really lows as well. But now it's more highs, so that's good. My big goal and the next thing that I will prepare right now is to find a way to take the current state of AMAPP and releasing it on the package manager. This does mean a bit of development. I can't just do it straight away because I feel like there are some features that are not fully done yet. And they're not done because I'm struggling with them. They're done because I frankly have not had the time to work on it. But my headspace and my bandwidth to working with these kind of things is starting to open up. And I feel like I felt myself more relaxed than ever and prepared to take on these tasks and getting this to the next step here. Yeah, I don't know how to close this off. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time. And if you're interested in AMAPP, and if you're interested in what it means to be a game composer, find our community. We have a Discord server. I like to talk about what I'm doing. And if you're interested in AMAPP, if you're interested in talking about it, if you're using it, if you find a bug, if you have an idea of what you want to see in the future for AMAPP, share it there. But again, thank you so much, and reach out. I'd love to hear from you guys. It's really cool.